Welcome everyone. I am battling against James Smith in terms of a live video at the moment, so I'm not expecting a lot of people to drop in. But welcome to today. Workout we're gonna do today is really simple. I did mention about using a dumbbell or a kettlebell or a resistance band if you've got it. Once you've done the warm up, I will explain exactly what we're going to be doing. I just need to put other people on mute so that we don't get interrupted. There we go. Okay. Awesome. Okay, guys. So we're going to start with a nice simple warm up. Okay, get our bodies nice and warm, and then we'll run through exactly what we're going to do today. So we're going to start down on the floor, and we're just going to work into the hips and the lower back to start. Okay, so we'll start with some lumbar rolls. So lying flat on the floor, ankles and knees together, and we're just going to roll out side to side. We run 10 rolls each way, so 20 reps in total. Okay. Allowing the lower back to open out. We might get a little click here and there. Nice. Good. Once you've done that, we're going to sit on it, and we're going to sit in a 90-90 position. Okay, so that front knee needs to be directly out in front of the body at 90 degrees. The back knee out at the side, again at 90 degrees. And all we're going to do here is we're going to turn our torso towards our back knee and roll right over and finish facing the other way. And come back. We're going to do 10 of these in total. The trick is, can you do that without touching the floor and rolling side to side? Like much tighter one way than the other. Okay, and all we're doing with that is moving side to side. You need 10 reps in total. We've got Tom joining us as well on Zoom, which is great. Awesome. Just waiting for Tom to join us. He is in. Fantastic. Okay, guys. Once you finish those rolls, come on up and take a knee. And now we're just going to open out through the hips in that half kneeling position, using the front knee to drive backwards and forwards to open out the front of the hip of the back leg. Once you've had 10 on one side, you're simply going to switch that over and hit exactly the same thing on the other side. Awesome. Then we're going to come down to all fours. On all fours, take your left hand slightly further forward than your right, and you can take your right hand and reach right to the floor as far as you can, and then turn and open into the space and turn the hand to the ceiling. Get 5 big rotations. Warming up the shoulders and the thoracic spine. Once you have 5, put the right hand down opposite the left, pick your left hand up off the floor and reach through and hand towards the ceiling. Really try and open the chest as you do that, guys, okay? 5 of those. And then from that all four position, we're going to come up into a push-up position, okay? Good, in that press-up position, pushing nice and hard through the floor. We're going to bring right foot up outside right hand. Spend a second there in a long lunge position. Back and switch. So again, spend some time there. You can let the knee drop if you want to feel the stretch in a slightly different position. Switch again. Spend a second or two there. Exploring where you're tight. Switch again. And we're going to do one more on each side. And switch. This should be the last one, and we're going to go back to that push-up position. All right, and we're just going to do 4 press-ups. We're going to press and turn and rotate at the top. Press, turn and rotate. 2 on each side. Excellent stuff. And then we're coming up onto your feet. Good job. Okay, just a little lunge series now. Warm up through the lower body. As we forward lunge, you're just going to reach down to the floor like you're tying your laces and push back. Get 3 lunges on one leg. And then 3 lunges on the other. Reaching down in front of the foot. Gets the glutes fired up a little bit more. Once we've done 3 forward, we're then going to do 3 where we step backwards and drop the back knee to the floor, but we reach towards the ceiling. 3 on one leg, and then 3 on the other. And the final lunge we're going to do, we're going to lunge sideways. I squat down onto one leg, keeping the other leg straight, and with the opposite hand to the lunging leg, I reach and touch the toe, and stand back tall. So the leg I'm lunging away from stays flat to the floor and straight, and I drop down into that squat position and stand. 3 on that leg. Awesome. Good, guys. So we should be nice and warm now. My heart rate's already up. I'm definitely had a change in breathing rate. Okay. Cool. So what we're going to do today, we've just got 3 exercises. Okay. We're going to use a press-up variation. We're going to use a split squat variation and 1 core exercise. We're going to do 10 repetitions on each exercise. Keep it really simple. What we're going to do is we're going to loop them around as many times as we can. So we're going to use an AMRAP, but it's going to be quite short. Okay, we're going to do a 3-minute AMRAP. Okay, so it's going to be quite quick and quite intense. And then we're going to rest for a minute. Okay, so it's a 3-to-1 work to rest ratio. So it's going to get pretty spicy pretty quickly. If you've got some external load for the split squat, you can use that. I'll show you how to make the press up a little bit more advanced as well. Okay, and we'll run through the 3 exercises and we'll go from there. So the press up variations that we've got, all right, you can either use the couch and do a full press up to the couch, or you can take it to the next level, which would be a regular push up, which would be to the floor, or you can elevate your feet on the press up by putting them up on a surface, and again we press here when we're dealing with more of our body weight. Okay, 10 reps. We're then going to do a split squat or a rear foot elevated split squat, depending on what you've got available. So the split squat position is out into a lunge, and we come down towards the floor here, making sure that most of the load's on that front leg, and back up to standing. If I'm going to do that rear foot elevated, I absolutely can. I just pop my foot up on the couch with my laces down to the couch, and I would split squat here. If I'm going to use external load, I'm going to hold it in either a goblet position or in the opposite hand to the front leg. Okay, that would be 10 on each leg. If you're going to use a band for that instead, because that's all that you've got, all you're going to do is double the band, pop it underneath your foot, and take hold in the opposite hand. And again, hold it in nice and tight, the hand at your hip, and then you get some extra added load through that band. Okay, so you can use the band. You can also just put your foot in the band and pick the band up and put it up over your shoulders. And again, you'll get a little bit of additional tension at the very top of the movement. Okay. The final exercise we've got today is just alternating toe tap. All right, so we'll be down on the floor in that space, and from a fully extended position, I bring opposite hand and foot to touch at the top, and down, and switch. Here, so side on, and finishing in that position here, and then up and switch over. Okay. So guys, we have got 10 push-ups. You choose your variation. It's okay as you go. If you need to regress, you can regress. Okay. We'll then do the split squat variation. You can add load to that if you've got it. You can also do it rear foot elevated. That will make it more difficult. Increase the demand. And then we've got the alternating toe taps, 10 reps in total. Okay. All good? Everyone happy with that? Cool. Okay, so remember, work hard for 3 minutes, then we'll take a minute of rest. Okay? Awesome. We are going to start in 10 seconds with your press-up variation. So find your position. We go in 3, 2, 1, and away we go. So we get our 10 push-ups. Remember, you're working at your own pace now. Keeping your core tight. Once you've finished the 10 push-ups, you'll come up onto your feet. Take your weight if you've got it. Don't worry if you haven't. Into your rear foot elevated split squats or your standard split squats. Once you've done 10 on one leg, you'll switch and do 10 on the other. Making sure that front foot is staying completely flat to the floor. Okay? Once you've done your 10 in the 10, safely put your weight down onto the floor for our alternating toe taps. Keeping arms extended above the head all the time. Keeping our lower back pinned in flat to the floor. Nice, good stuff. Straight into the next round then, back to your push-ups. Good, guys. So with that alternating toe tap, keep your lower back flat to the floor. And then we're back into the press-ups. So remember with your push-ups, really remember to keep your lower back flat under control, keeping our chest and hips towards the floor. Good, once you've done your 10 push-ups, onto your feet for your split squat variation. And with that split squat variation, remember most of the load is to the front leg. And then you switch. Try to keep the stance the same length on both legs. Good, and then we're down to the deck for your alternating toe taps. Love the bucket, Tom. Just don't spill it on the floor, mate. Good. Into your alternating toe taps. Remember to pace it out, guys, okay? Less than a minute to go. Controlling the lower back on the alternating toe taps. Open it out to a fully extended position every rep. And then back to your press-ups. And remembering with that push-up, to not let the lower back start to sag or you start to turn it into the wound. Okay, if you need to regress that push-up onto the sofa or your knees, you can do. And that's time there, guys. Rest there. Good job. So we got a minute of rest. Pay attention to where you were, because we're just going to pick up from where we left off. We're not going to start again from the push-ups. You're going to pick up from wherever you were. Does that make sense? Yeah, so if you were just through 4 press-ups, you're going to do number 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then carry on around. If you were somewhere on the split squats, pick up from the next repetition and carry on from there. Okay? Hope that makes sense to everyone. For guys who are just joining us, we're doing 10 push-ups of any variation, a split squat or a rear foot elevated split squat for 10 reps, and then an alternating toe tap. I'll talk you through it. We're about to start the next round in about 10 seconds, okay? So find your spot where you were at, and we'll go from there, okay? Here we go, 3, 2, 1. So where you go, whatever variation you're on, carry on from where you left off the last round. If you're just joining us, 10 push-ups, and then we're into 10 rear foot elevated split squats using the sofa and a weight if you've got it. 10 reps on one leg, making sure that I control my posture, keep my core switched on, and that if I'm doing a split squat on the floor, that I'm not pushing too much with my back leg. I'm trying to go straight up and down, and I'm loading that front leg as much as possible. Once you've done 10 on each leg, We then turn to our alternating toe taps. We start lying on the floor with our arms out straight over our heads, and we opposite hand, opposite toe, and back out to our start position. All the time keeping my lower back flat to the floor. And as soon as we finish those, we start the next round. Excellent work, guys. Keep it going. Remember, we want a nice steady pace. So I didn't tell you how many rounds we're doing today. Awesome work. You're 10 seconds away from being halfway through. If you're onto your press-ups, do a press-up variation that allows you to get 10 quality reps, okay? We don't want to lose any shape through our lower back. Okay, we're having our tail up in the air or by snaking off the floor. Full extension at the top. Once you finish the reps, minimizing the rest time, moving straight through into the next. Good. Full extension at the top. Getting close to that little back knee being touching the floor at the bottom. Good work. If you're using weights, make sure you're putting them down safely. So with those alternating toe taps, making sure that you get into a good rhythm with your breathing. Bending the knee if you need to. Okay, if your hamstrings are a little bit tight, you might need to bend that knee to make that touch happen. That's fine. That's only going to compress your core a little bit more anyway. And just keep them ticking over. And again, remember you've got options with the push-up. Either do them to a sofa, doing them on your knees, doing them in a full push-up, or making that press up even harder by raising the height of the floor. Okay, the same with the split squat. You can go body weight in that split squat position. You don't want to be too narrow. Okay, and we drop straight down towards the floor, making sure your knee, hip, and toe are in a straight line. Time there, guys. Good job. Minute recovery, so remember where you were. Okay? Remember the repetitions that you were on, because we're going to pick up again from there, all right? So I was just discussing the split squat, all right? So you can do it on the floor. You just need to make sure that your stance isn't too narrow. The toe, the knee, and the hip of that front leg should stay in a nice straight line. And side on, I should be making sure that most of the load is in that front leg, not coming down and sitting on that back leg. Okay, it's the same concept with that rear foot elevated. I don't want to go toes pressed in. Okay, I want to go laces down. But it's the same concept of lowering and sitting onto that front leg. Here we go. Everyone ready? 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Wherever you finish the last round is where we start this round. Things are starting to get a little bit spicy now. And then into our alternating toe tap. Okay, you can change the alternating toe tap to a knee and an elbow if you need to. Okay, that makes it a little bit smaller. If you're really starting to struggle with that, you can revert to a knee and plank, okay, or a top of a press-up hold and getting some shoulder taps in as well. So we're getting a little bit of a anti-rotation element there. Great work, guys. You nearly through the first minute of round 3. Things are starting to get a little bit spicy now. I'm probably doing about half the work of you guys and I'm already sweating. Good work, guys. Guys on Zoom are crushing it. So remember, with your press-ups, everything needs to be tight. Keep the core switched on. And do the variation which is right for you. As you change to your split squat, making sure that you're balanced, your stance is long enough so that it's not too compressed, but also it's not too long that you get too much strain across that back hip and then into your lower back. Great work, guys. You've got about a minute to go. Great stuff. Just keep that rhythm going. There's 40 seconds to go, guys, okay? Remember to use the press-up variation that allows you to work unbroken. Good stuff. Try and minimize the rest, keep your breathing under control. You've got 20 seconds to go. From your push-ups to your split squat variation. Six seconds. And time. Good job. 3 rounds done. 3 rounds done. So I just finished that round. I completed all my left leg rear for elevated split squats and 4 of my right leg. So I'm going to pick up on rep 5 of my right leg split squats and then carry on through toe taps to finish the round. Okay, so that's what we're doing here. All right. Good. Suck the breath in. Get a little drink on board if you need it. Get your breathing back under control. Help to bring your heart rate down. 15 seconds to go. So remember the repetition that you're picking up next, and we're just going to carry straight on through. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So I'm going on to rep 5 and 6. And then transitioning on through the rest of the round. Awesome work. So remember, we're just looking for continuous work, all right? I've given you some different variations with the press-ups and the split squats. And when you reach a point where you need to maybe change that variation to allow you to continually work unbroken to minimize the rest, and that's completely fine to do so. Okay? Awesome, guys. So let's remember on those split squats to control it on the way down. Outstanding, guys. Well done. Keep working on through. We're through that first minute. Transitioning from one exercise to the next. Trying to keep our breathing and heart rate under control. We're looking for continual work. Making sure that we're controlling the movement and not letting things get out of control and off balance as I'm starting to get tired, or compromising my body position, especially if I'm using weight. Excellent, guys. 1 minute to go this round. 1 minute to go of round 4. Remember all these toe taps, that as we extend the leg and the arm out, we don't want the lower back to open and lift off the floor. And straight back to your push-ups. 40 seconds to go. Just keep pumping the reps up, guys. Laces down if you're doing rear foot elevated. Puts more load into that front leg. $15 seconds to go. Good stuff. Keep going, keep working. And time there. Nice work. Well done. Good stuff. Round 5 is coming up. People are wondering how many rounds we're going to do. Keeping it a secret. That's 30 seconds of rest gone there, guys. Okay, make sure you're getting the drink on board. So as we start to tire now, it's important that if you put any rest in, let's try and keep the rest in between the exercises so we can complete the work unbroken. Okay? Everyone's setting in position. 3, 2, 1. Round 5. Away we go. Starting where you left off the previous round. You start to notice that my coaching cues start to decrease as I'm struggling a little bit with it as well now. Keeping everything nice and tight on the push-up. Okay, as we're fatiguing, let's still remember to go full range, okay? So we don't want half reps or big snaky reps. Get into a position and use the option that allows you to continue to do the repetitions really, really well. Same with your split squat. Remember, you've got the option to hold it in a goblet position. You've got the option to make it a little bit more difficult and hold it off on the opposite side to that working leg. And you can increase the challenge a little bit more and bring the core in even more by doing those split squats on the same hand as the front leg. So if my right leg is forward, the weight is in my right hand, and I can do that here. You also have an option of making the torso a little bit longer and bringing the weight up into a front rack position, and that's going to target and challenge the core a bit more because it changes your center of gravity slightly. So let's remember with those alternating toe taps, guys, okay, we want head and shoulders to come off the floor as well, so our hand and foot meets about the halfway point rather than kicking our foot up too high. All right. Coming into the final minute of round 5. So remember, we've got a push-up variation. We've got a split squat or a rear foot elevated squat variation, and then an alternating toe tap. Okay. Good. So your push-up variation is either a regular push-up or a push-up on your knees, or you can use an elevated position, or you can go even harder and go for a foot elevated position. Okay, but the push-up mechanics are the same. 30 seconds to go. With the split squat, we've got a regular split squat. I can rear foot elevate that under load. Without load, then I can revert to a lunge, a split squat here, or a split squat with rear foot elevated with load. Awesome, guys. 10 seconds to go. And remember, when you finish the round, pay attention to what repetition of what exercise you're on. Because that's where you're going to pick up the final round. And time there, guys. Regan, to answer your question, we're doing 3 minutes of work where you loop the exercises around, 10 of each exercise, rest for a minute, and we're into our 6th round now. And that'll be it for today. Last round, guys. Rach, are you still with us? There she is. 30 seconds gone then, guys. Okay, and how we're doing it, Regan, is when you finish a round, if you finish a round on your left leg and you've done 4 reps of your split squat, that's where you'll start the next round and you'll carry on and you'll follow it through. Okay. Final round coming up. Everyone set and ready. Picking up from where you left off. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So remembering with those toe taps, head, shoulder, and shoulder blade comes off the floor. You don't just want to kick that foot up high. Okay, you lift and compress through the midsection, and then go straight through into the next exercise. This is the last round now, guys. Okay, big push. Trying to minimize the rest between the stations. Staying balanced in that split squat, making sure you come all the way into extension at the top through that working leg. And then when you switch, do it under control and make sure that the step isn't too long that you end up arching to your lower back. Good, guys, big finish now. We're into the last round. You're a minute through the last round. Keep working. Great job, Tom. Those split squats look perfect. Great job, Mark. Absolutely excellent job, guys. Well done. Halfway through the final round. Non-stop now for this last 90 seconds, right the way through until we're finished. Good. Maintaining the quality of your movement. Breathe in. Don't hold your breath at any point. Super important right now that you keep breathing. Less than a minute to go now. I'm nearly home, guys. Keep the integrity of the movement as it was at the start. It might just be a little bit slower. You've got 20 seconds left. Keep working. Last 5. 2, 1, time. Good job, guys. Well done. Get your breath back. Grab yourself a drink. Wipe yourself down. And then we'll work ourselves into a cool down. All right, guys. The most important part of our cool down now, okay, is gaining control of our breathing. Okay, so everyone up onto your feet. And we're just going to work through a little flow to just reset the body and to get our breathing and heart rate to come back down, okay? So you want your feet around about hip width apart, okay? And take a big deep breath in and reach up to the ceiling. And as you exhale, let the hands drop, let your chin drop, let your shoulders round, soften the knees a little bit and just hang. All right, allow the structures up through the hamstrings, the glutes and the lower back to just start to relax and get a little bit of a sway side to side. Good. From that position, do whatever you need to now. Bend your knees to get your hands flat to the floor. And step back into that long plank position, the press-up position. And into a downward facing dog. Okay, so hips high to the ceiling. Slight bend in the knees and then pad your heels down to the floor, one at a time, getting that stretch into the calf and the hamstring. Good, nice and slowly roll back through into that long plank position and step right foot just up outside our right hand. Take the right hand off the floor, reach underneath your body and then turn and open through around to the ceiling, come back down and under, reaching as far as you can, hold for a second, then turn and open again, and hold for a second, one more time. Good, right hand back to the floor, step back long, and then you're going to bring your left foot up and outside. Left hand off the floor, reach through underneath the body, and then turn, open and hold. Roll back under, reach as far as you can, back up and open and hold, and then one more time. Good, left hand back down to the floor, step back long, into that plank position, and then drop our knees down to the floor. In that all four position, we're now going to just thread the needle, okay? So left hand slightly further forward to the right, and this time we'll reach right underneath, as far as you can go, looking through underneath your left armpit, and drop your right shoulder down towards the floor. You want to increase that sensation through your thoracic spine, just slide the left hand out a little bit further. Good. Come on out. Pop your right hand out in front and now reach under with your left. Looking under your right armpit, allowing that thoracic spine to corkscrew and get a bit of tension through it. Allow the body weight to help. Good. Nice and slowly back to all fours. Take your knees a little bit wider. Bring your toes together and just sink back into a child's pose. And take your hands forward. And really try and walk your hands as far away from your hips as you can without your hips rocking forward with them. Use this opportunity to really notice whether or not you've got control of your breath. And slowly come back on up. And rock over into a seated position for our final stretch of the day. Hug your left knee into your chest. Take the foot up and over. Make sure you can get the sole of the foot flat to the floor. And make sure that that left hip isn't coming off the floor. Use your right elbow to hug that knee into the chest. Take your left hand down behind and turn and look over your left shoulder. You don't want to be leaning back into that left arm. We're using the left arm to help us post and sit upright. Good. Slowly release that stretch. Left leg out straight. Hug the right in. Pop it up and over. Hug your leg in with the left arm. Keeping the right hip down on the floor. Take the right hand down and behind and turn and look over your right shoulder. You're really starting to squeeze and wring out your abdomen as you